Imagine a world where success, power, and fame are just masks, hiding a much darker reality. Welcome to the universe of Sean Combs, aka Diddy, where the glitz of stardom conceals a complex and potentially narcissistic personality. In this video, we'll dive deep into the psyche of one of the biggest names in the music industry, unraveling the secrets behind his meteoric rise and exploring the personality traits that may have shaped both his success and his controversies. Get ready for a fascinating journey into the world of narcissism, using Diddy as our case study. What will you gain from watching this video? A deeper understanding of how narcissism can manifest in public figures, skills to identify narcissistic behaviors in your own social circle, and a unique perspective on how success and fame can amplify problematic personality traits. Have you ever wondered how someone can be so successful, yet so controversial? Or maybe you've questioned whether someone in your own life shares characteristics similar to Diddy. In this video, we'll explore Diddy's traumatic childhood, his meteoric rise in the music industry, his tumultuous relationships, and how it all connects to classic narcissistic traits. We'll unravel the enigma that is Sean Combs, piece by piece. Sean Combs, born on November 4, 1969 in Harlem, New York, had a childhood marked by tragedy that deeply shaped his personality. At just 2 years old, his father, Melvin Combs, was murdered, leaving Sean and his sister in the care of his mother, Janice. This traumatic event planted the seeds for developing narcissistic traits as a defense mechanism against pain and insecurity. Growing up in a challenging environment, Sean quickly learned to stand out. His mother, working multiple jobs to support the family, inadvertently reinforced the idea that success and recognition were crucial for survival. This family dynamic created fertile ground for the growth of narcissistic characteristics, like a constant need for admiration and external validation. From a young age, Sean displayed a remarkable entrepreneurial spirit. He started by delivering newspapers and by his teenage years was already focused on building his personal brand. While this early ambition is admirable, it also signaled a deep need to prove himself and stand out, common traits in individuals with narcissistic tendencies. At Mount St. Michael Academy, Sean excelled not only in athletics, but also in his ability to attract attention. This pattern continued at Howard University, where he quickly became known for organizing extravagant parties. These weren't just for fun, they were calculated displays of power and influence, serving as a stage for Sean to feed his need for admiration and validation. Sean's transition from college to the music industry was marked by unshakable confidence and fierce ambition. Starting as an intern at Uptown Records, he quickly rose through the ranks, eventually founding Bad Boy Records. This meteoric rise was not only a result of talent and hard work, but also of a narcissistic ability to self-promote and manipulate situations to his advantage. Bad Boy Records became a phenomenon in the 90s, launching artists like the Notorious B.I.G., Faith Evans, and Craig Mack. The label's success fueled Sean's sense of grandiosity, another classic narcissistic trait. He saw himself not just as a producer, but as a cultural icon, a status he actively cultivated through his dominant presence in music videos and his carefully crafted public image. Sean Combs' personal relationships offer a revealing window into his psyche. His romantic involvements, most notably with Misa Hilton, Kim Porter, and Cassie Ventura, were often marked by allegations of infidelity and abuse. These patterns of behavior are consistent with narcissistic tendencies, control, lack of empathy, and an inability to form genuine emotional connections. Sean's dynamic with his children also warrants attention. While he publicly presents himself as a loving and dedicated father, many of his displays of affection seem more performative than genuine. This behavior is typical of narcissists, who often see their children as extensions of themselves, useful for enhancing their public image, but difficult to form authentic emotional bonds with. The infamous East Coast-West Coast conflict, in which Sean was deeply involved, is another example of how his narcissism manifested destructively. His rivalry with Suge Knight and Tupac Shakur escalated to dangerous levels, resulting in tragedies. This episode illustrates how the narcissistic need for dominance and control can lead to devastating consequences, not just for the individual, but for everyone around them. Sean's business ventures beyond music, such as his Sean John clothing brand and his partnership with Ciroc Vodka, are manifestations of his insatiable desire for success and recognition in multiple arenas. This need to dominate various industries is characteristic of narcissists, who often have grandiose visions of themselves and constantly seek new forms of validation and admiration. Throughout his career, Sean has faced numerous legal issues and controversies. From the 1999 nightclub incident to various accusations of assault and misconduct, these events reveal a consistent pattern of behavior aligned with narcissistic and antisocial traits. The belief in being above the law and the tendency to act with impunity are common characteristics of individuals with narcissistic personality disorder. It's important to note that narcissism exists on a spectrum, and not all individuals with narcissistic traits will exhibit the same behaviors or to the same extent. In Sean Combs' case, his upbringing, rise to fame, and immense success seem to have amplified pre-existing narcissistic tendencies. In recent years, we've seen Sean attempt to rebrand his public image, adopting the name Brother Love, and emphasizing messages of positivity and community. This shift raises interesting questions. Is it a genuine transformation, or just another strategy from a skilled narcissist to maintain his relevance and public admiration? When analyzing public figures like Sean Combs through the lens of mental health, it's crucial to maintain a balanced perspective. While his behaviors may be indicative of narcissistic traits, it's also important to recognize his undeniable influence on pop culture and his ability to achieve success across multiple areas. The case of Sean Combs offers valuable lessons about narcissism in the modern age. In a culture that increasingly values self-promotion and the cult of personality, especially on social media, it's crucial that we develop the ability to identify and understand narcissistic behaviors. For those who recognize similar patterns in their own lives, whether in themselves or in people close to them, seeking professional help is important. Narcissism, especially in its more extreme forms, can have devastating impacts on relationships and the mental health of everyone involved. Remember, narcissism often masks deep insecurities and low self-esteem. The person behind the narcissistic mask is often struggling with feelings of inadequacy and fear of abandonment. Understanding this can help us develop empathy, even when confronted with challenging behaviors. As we conclude our analysis of Sean Combs and his journey through the lens of narcissism, it's important to reflect on our own lives and relationships. What aspects of our behavior may align with narcissistic tendencies? How can we cultivate healthier, more authentic relationships? This video is not intended to be a definitive diagnosis of Sean Combs, but rather a starting point for broader discussions about personality, fame, and mental health. By examining public figures in this way, we gain valuable insights not only about them, but also about our society and ourselves. If you identified with any aspect of this video or recognize similar patterns in someone close to you, remember, seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. There are resources and qualified professionals available to offer support and guidance. Thank you for watching this in-depth video on Sean Combs and narcissism. If you found this content valuable, please leave a like, share it with friends, and subscribe to the channel for more psychological analyses of public figures and relevant mental health topics. And now, we'd love to hear from you. What aspect of Sean Combs' personality did you find most intriguing? Do you recognize similar traits in other celebrities or people in your life? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's continue this important conversation. Remember, awareness of mental health and problematic behaviors is the first step toward creating a more empathetic and healthy society. Until the next video, take care of yourself and one another.